And I am back. I'm back after a week. Oh boy, oh boy. Back. Unbelievable. After a week. So much has happened in a week. So much happens in a day. I don't even know what happens in a week. Ah. And I can go back to normal. I think we're back. Hey, what's up, Snoopy? I'm back after a week of being on the naughty list. Don't ask me, because I have no clue. No clue what happened. Zero. I'll leave this one alone. I was like, what happened? Well, you know how it works on Tube, right? So much has happened. Yeah. I got hit for a week. I was like, what happened? Well, we're back now. And so much has happened. It's like so many of their leaders are gone. And we don't know what's going on with Mouse version 2. A lot of them are being, it's like if I had a big board, it would be X's all over it. That's what's been happening. And good morning, Thomas. And I'll tell you, the precision strikes with drones and aircraft and hitting these, I got to be careful now because I'm afraid to talk. Hitting certain targets on the streets of Iran now with precision, taking out Basij, security. That's the next phase, other than what else they're doing. And the Strait of Hormuz. Good morning, Witch Moon. For real, it was weird. But I'm back for, I don't know how long, but I'm back for now. We'll see what happens. Oh, man. I was riding my bicycle, and I was going to stream from where I was bike riding last week because it was like 80 degrees. And I was like, uh-oh, I can't stream. I didn't call. I was chatting with someone on that platform, and they said, yes, you said something that was not correct. Can you tell me exactly what I said? No, but, oh, that helps. Yeah, it's ridiculous, Snoopy. It is ridiculous to this day. That's why I prefer streaming to Rumble, which we're on right now. I'm not on TikTok, because forget about it. Over there, I'll be gone. I forgot to take somebody out. Oh my gosh. I just woke up a little while ago. But, it happens. There's a couple of videos I downloaded. There's not much coming out. And we've seen what's been going on in Lebanon and continually go on in Israel and in other areas. But it looks like what we were saying for weeks, that they were going after forget about the missiles, even though they're going after that too, the launchers. You could see it, and they're using cluster munitions now. They've been using it now for a couple of weeks, actually. But it looks like it's slowing down. They're really putting a hurt to them. And it's going to continue till they're decimated. And then they're going to start doing things more targeted to those that are terrorizing the people of Iran on the streets. And you could see that starting now. And it has been, actually, since I've been gone. So and they used a 5,000 pound Moab right along the coastline, the Strait of Hormuz. I was like, wow, they're going after that now, which they should have done a long time ago. Good morning, Moses, and everybody. Momzilla's sleeping. Don't jinx it. So there was one video, I don't know where it's going to pop up. They hit a gas facility, the largest in Iran, this morning. This supplies 80% of their energy. They hit it. That's big. I don't know if it was a joint. I think it was a joint exercise between the U.S. and Israeli aircraft, but they hit this. So now they're really starting to go after infrastructure big time. But again, they took out another leader last night. Good morning, John, and Moses, and Belmont, Snoopy, Witch Moon, Thomas, KJ, they asked for you yesterday. Susie Q on TikTok. She's like, where is he? Said he's around. But I'll put it up on. And yes, in the meantime, I'm just gonna say I've been watching 2C to get my information. Steve, Agenda Free. Because that's pretty wild. That I don't know. I have not seen the details, but the fire that happened on board the Ford, and it's going back to Crete for over a week of repairs due to a laundry fire. What was that about? What is that about? Like what? So it's leaving the Red Sea and heading back to Crete. I don't know if it's there. I don't know what's going on. Did you guys see that? I know. I don't know if it's going to Karg, Snoopy. I think. Okay, I'm just speculating because I have to make sure I got to use my wording carefully now. What are they zooming in on? In Beirut, what's going on? All right, looks like an airport, Beirut Airport. What's going on? Why are we zooming into Beirut Airport? They're not going to target that. That's a civilian. That doesn't make sense what just happened. I will in a minute, KJ. But let me just check something. Because they took out another one of their clerics last night. Oh, there's more coming out now. Here we go. So they're really hitting Hezbollah heavy. They have been for weeks now. Here's a video. Check on Hezbollah terrorist infrastructure. So they're going after them. And they have been using ground forces too in southern Lebanon. And the rocket attacks can continue, drones. And yeah, the munitions, the cluster munitions that the Iranians are firing, that's just horrific. I want to look at, this is the one they got last night. The Iranian intelligence minister, he was on the list. Well, he's gone. Another one bites the dust. He's gone. Yes, Snoopy. Big time. Big time. And I know, we'll get into it a little bit more, the political aspect of all this. See, that's... getting Larijani is huge. Ali Larijani, that was big. That was a big hit. And the head of the Basij, they got to get the head of the police. They got to take him out. I'm sure they're looking for him. They got to get him. These are the people that were responsible for taking all those thousands of lives. Directly. Ali Larijani was a big factor in that. and so was the besieged commander. But they got to get that police dude. Here, look at this. Played a significant role in directing arrests and the killing of protesters during the recent internal protests in Iran. So they got him, they got the besieged guy that was involved, and Larijani, who was big time involved in it. So they're taking out some really important people that were involved in directly in the protesters. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. The foreign minister, Aragachi, whatever his name, him? Yeah. He's got to be on the list too. I agree. Who said that? Eugene? Yeah. So, there's some information that's coming out. So it's saying here, this morning, they used their laser for the first time. This morning, the IDF confirmed for the first time that its laser air defense system, Iron Beam, has begun operating in northern Israel and is being used to intercept drones and missiles. That's what they're saying here. So the IDF is attacking bridges into Litani River. That's like the line in Lebanon that they want to clear out up to create a safe buffer zone. So they look like they're hitting that now. This is just a little while ago. So they're going after that. You could see the Med right there. So they're moving into Lebanon. And they're also communicating with the Lebanese government to try to address this Hezbollah issue. Star Wars for real. Yeah, well, you know what? The president of Iran has said things and they've totally ignored what he says. The IRGC. Like, we're not going to target the Arab states anymore. But then, as soon as he says it, they're attacking the Arab states. So I don't think he has much influence in Iran anymore. I think he's a paper tiger. He's nothing. To be honest, I don't think he holds much weight anymore in Iran. You got to remember, the Israelis, they're really the ones doing it. They're not just targeting, because everybody says this. They're going to replace with another person. Well, they're hitting all the other people too. The people that would be number 2, 3, 4. They're taking out. They're taking out the top tier players. And what's left? Chaos. Have you seen, by watching Tusi or Steve, I don't know if Steve shows it too much, maybe Tusi, how they're targeting the streets of Iran now and taking out with precision these Basij forces at checkpoints and at other places throughout Iran, especially in Tehran, and how they're hitting them. I was like, oh my gosh. I saw it on I-24 because that's what I've been watching on TV, because I don't watch the mainstream media. I watch I-24. And they showed the hit of all of them in a school, in a schoolyard. And all of a sudden you see it come down, and then they blurred it out because it's crazy graphic, but you see them all, they're all congregating in this yard, and all of a sudden, boom! And I'm like, holy, they're targeting them now. They're going after them, the ones that are terrorizing the people of Iran. And trust me, I know a lot of people are freaking out on all sides over this, I'll call it campaign like the president does. I know people are freaking out. But you know what? All these people that are complaining, if the ultimate goal here is Iran changes to a democratic transitional state, it changes everything moving forward in so many ways geopolitically. And this has only been going on now in the 3rd week. We need to give this time. They are getting decimated. decimated. We have to figure out a way to clear out the area to prevent them from threatening the Strait of Hormuz. That's guaranteed. That is guaranteed. I've said that. What did I say before this whole thing started? My first objective would be to clear out that Strait of Hormuz area, their navy, get that secure. Remember? I was saying that over and over. That is a priority, to keep that strait open. I said it before it all even started. We have to do something about the strait to protect it. So it looks like it's starting to be addressed more efficiently. But, you're going to hear them complaining about so many different issues now. So we're just going to have to see. I know. I saw it, Eugene. They're going to do anything to try to distract, to detract, because now it's more of acts of desperation at this point now, because they know they're in big doo-doo. Let's just say that. Absolutely, Snoopy. And it should have been from day one. We talked about it here. Yeah, we have to go after the missiles and the drones and all the threats, their offensive capabilities, yes. But at the same time, you also had to take out, which they did, a lot of their Navy. I don't know what's left of their fast boats, but pretty much all their larger ships are done. They're gone. Gone. But they also have a lot of missile silos, a lot of installations along that coastline, right on the strait. You got to take that out. And then you got to go interior. Now, does that mean the Marines are going to be used? It's a good question. So I think people need, this is only going in its third week. My gosh. What, did they expect this to be done overnight? But when the dust settles, I think it's going to be better for the whole region. And right now, the UAE released a statement. One of their prime ministers says, the more that Iran does is pushing the Arab countries more toward Israel, which is backfiring on Iran. That's the last thing they want. They're actually supportive more of what Israel than Iran. It's backfiring on them. They're starting to really get, if you noticed, a lot of the Arab states, when something happens, they condemn the actions of it. You don't hear them saying that. Because quietly, they want to see Iran fall, the regime. They want to. Because they don't want to live with this threat. So, I think, hopefully, there'll be peace and stability in Iran, in the region, for the Israeli people. It's going to take time. What's going on here now? Russia and China are pissed, and Kim keeps calling and becoming annoying. Kim Jong doesn't understand the chess game. Yeah, didn't he? Yeah, they're all flustered. You're right, Eugene. They are. You're right. Good morning, Mrs. Soriano. Yeah, I was taken off for a week. Eugene's funny. So today's my first day back after a week of being on punishment. Don't ask me what I did. They said it was that I said something that was inaccurate, which I said, what was it? Tell me what I said. It happened on March 3rd. They told me the date. They wouldn't tell me what I said. And that's the one thing. I don't go into this misinformation bullshit. Whatever I said definitely hit a nerve. It hit a nerve. But we all know what goes on here. So that's enough said with that. And what's up, JC? But anyway, who knows about the Mouse Jr., what's going on with that? A lot of the young people are defecting. They don't want anything to do with this. it's chaos. All their commanders are being taken out again. It's like it's the same thing. What's up, RFT? No, I did not leave. I was just missing for a week. Though I did do some important things around the house in that week, you know. I took the time to what's this now? Okay, this just came out. The Times of Israel. Iran says it will target energy across Gulf after Israel hits gas field. So, senior UAE officials. See, this is what I said earlier. Senior UAE official. Iran's attacks will push Gulf states closer to Israel. Iran holds mass funerals for Laranjani. Oh my gosh. Let's just look at the article. Hopefully it posts. This, I was just talking about I just showed you the video of the gas field. So, yeah, they're mourning after the strike on the gas field. That's the video I just showed you when I first started. So, Israel expects Iranian escalation of attack on gas facilities. So that's going on right now. Literally. Like, that's breaking. They can try. And every time they try, what do we talk about this? Snoopy, everybody in there. All they do is expose themselves, where they're launching from. So wherever they launch from gets targeted. So they lose that capability. Every time they do this, they're exposing themselves. And they ain't got much left as far as launches. Yeah, the Rumble, I'll give you the Rumble. Because the Rumble always goes live. I never have a problem with Rumble. This is the Rumble link. I'm live there now. That's Rumble. So if I'm not on here, for whatever reason, I'm on there. Because we know how that works. I don't have issues on Rumble. I never have issues on Rumble. It's only this one. Anyway. And the people of Iran, now is not the time yet. Let them finish doing what they need to do to take out as much as they can of these IRGC security forces, the Basij, all that. Let them take them out. That's what they're hitting now, and they have been for like a week now. Like I said, have you seen the videos? It's unbelievable, the precision. Like at a checkpoint, you'll see the Basij force, and you'll see the cars, but they hit the forces. The target, it's so precise and without causing as much harm to civilians as possible, because you always try to do that. But so now they're threatening, the IRG threatening the Haifa oil refineries in Israel, and it's calling for immediate evacuation. The other side is putting this out there right now. And they're also threatening Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE. And if they do that, you're going to drag these countries in. They're going to attack you. They're not going to just take it. Remember, it's also a Sunni Shia thing. They are asking for it. They are asking for a pounding. They're asking for a pounding. And they're only going to sit idly by so much. You hit their infrastructure, they're going after you. I see you, KJ, over there. Good morning, Sean. Good to see you. And Chris and all of you. But now, yeah, they're threatening this. The other side put this out just now. So they're putting these threats out. The IRGC issued a warning ahead of the attack to all the Arab states. They're pointing them out. Look, look. They're threatening all these facilities. Good luck. Good luck. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. They're really asking for it. I mean, they didn't even hit their targets, the oil infrastructure on Karg Island. So, yeah, YouTube has a delay. KJ, it's always had a delay. That's YouTube. It's always been that 20 to 30 seconds. That's normal. Actually, they're not doing themselves any favors. They're not, Snoopy. They're not. You got to remember, Saudi Arabia, you know, you got to worry about Yemen too. So you can't keep your eye off of Yemen with the Houthis. You got to watch them. Yeah, you know what though? That's going to come back to payback is, you know what they say about a payback, right? Well, now it really might be about the oil. Because all these countries that are yellow tailed or yellow backs, well, when everything gets resolved here, you did nothing. So good luck. I would definitely remember this. Remember, a lot of that oil goes to Europe and Asia. They're the ones that need that oil more than we do. Of course, it affects the global market. But my gosh, really? Spineless. Spineless. Yeah, they're getting... But, Chris, of course they're getting more aggressive. They're desperate. They're going to do whatever it takes now. They're desperate. They're going to do whatever it takes. He said that? I bet he did, Eugene. I'm not surprised he said that. Iran is getting more aggressive than ever before. I'm just saying. You're right. But they have to. What else can they do? Desperate times take desperate measures. And that's where they are. They're in desperation. You got to remember, Laranjani was pretty much the guy who was running the show. He's gone. He was pretty much the one that was, because he's more connected with the IRGC. We don't know where the little mouse is, or what happened to the little mouse. There's so many different rumors and speculation and reports of his situation. You know what I mean? So I would guarantee, like Sean, that was top notch, Sean. And you know why it was top notch, because he was responsible, like, for the cruelty, what was happening on the streets, along with the Basij commander, and the guy they took out, the intelligence officer they took out overnight. Another one involved in what happened on the streets in Iran during the protests, or the uprising, the revolution, the revolt. He was taken out last night. Excuse me. So, things are happening. Let me see if this guy, he's gone. They took him out last night. They're hitting them. And they're taking out all their top people. This guy is big time bye-bye. Here's another one. Laranjani, this guy, the Basij commander, this guy was responsible for what happened on the streets. Look, played a significant role in directing arrests and the killing of protesters during the recent internal protests in Iran and during the hijab. Oh yeah, remember that. Oh my God. In 2022, 2023. He's gone. Bye-bye. Another top person that was involved in this, or has been involved for a long time, actually. He was appointed the Minister of Intelligence by Ali the Mouse in 2021. This is another big figure involved. They're taking these guys out, and now they're going after the actual forces to take them out on the streets of Iran. Like I said, there's a video out there. I wish I had it. I saw it on I-24 of them hitting the school yard with Basij forces, security forces in the yard. I was like, oh my God. I'm going to see if I could find that video. By the way, they just put this out early this morning. The USS Tripoli has just been spotted passing Singapore at a high rate of speed. That's what they're saying there. I don't know if it's true. I wish I could find the clip. I'm sure if I go to X, I'll find it. Let me do that. Let me go to X. If Tusi goes live, somebody please let me know. Yeah, that was horrible, Eugene. That was horrible. Horrible. Yes, Angel. Good to see everybody. It's been a week. That's right. What is it? The fire? What is it called in Sean? What is it in English? Something fire. What is it? And you know what? The president of Israel had a great message to the people of Iran to celebrate that last night. I saw that. I was like, wow. Wow. That was nice. Let me see. I'm gonna see if I can find this. You got to see this. I was like, that was the most craziest video I've seen. Oh my God. I can't show that. That is so badly graphic. I just got my channel back. I don't feel like losing it again. I want to find this video to show you guys. It is so cray-cray. That's if they put it on X. There's some really badly graphic stuff here I would never show. I may have to... Let me try to type it in a different way. Here it is. This is it. I found it. This is it. I want to make sure it's blurred out because I don't want to... Oh, they didn't blur it out. Okay. I'm going to copy the link. I'll put it in chat. You guys watch this. I do not want to put this on the screen because it's Red Wednesday in English. Check out that video. I'm afraid to put it on now because I'm a little unnerved about what's happened in the last week. They're all congregating in a schoolyard. And then all of a sudden, whoo! And also they're going after the motorcycle factories where they house them on those bikes. Take a look at that link I just put in chat. Wow. And I don't want to show that. That's why I put the link, because I don't want to get into any problems. But that's the video I'm talking about. I was like, holy. That's intense. I don't know if anybody's... I'm not going to risk it. But look at it. Right? It could be an older one. I saw that on I-24 last night. I saw that on I-24 last night. That's the video I seen on I-24. And I was like, wow. They could be like the security forces that patrol. They're going after the schools now. Because that's where they're locating themselves, in schools. And they're hiding in hospitals too, because they know it won't get hit. But they're also using schools now. And they're starting to go after them because they're using schools. Um, so, you know, they're going to do that. That's part of the playbook. Well, you just seen the video link. I don't know the date. All I know is I saw that video on I-24 last night. And I was like, wow. But they blurred it out. That's why I can't show it on the screen because you see it. They need to take out the ones that are threatening and terrorizing the people on the streets from coming out. Do you know, and this is unconfirmed, I read it, I don't know if it's true, that during the celebrations, the people that came out last night, they actually sent out the Basij and security forces to fire upon those people during the celebrations. That's how sick. They were out there celebrating, and they were out there terrorizing them. So we need to remove this element. It's the only way the Iranian people can, at some point, come out. And trust me, and I don't know if Sean knows about this. He probably does. The Iran Supreme Guard, or something like that, they're arming themselves and they're getting ready to fight. I think it's called the Iranian Supreme Guard or something like that. Sean, you could maybe fill us in on that. The kids are not in schools. The kids are not in schools. Even Tusi said that. The schools are not open. There are no children in the schools now. The schools are not in session. They're using the schools. That's what Tusi said. Now, I'm going based on what Tusi said. Tusi said there is no kids going to school right now. So, Immortal Guard, thank you. Thank God it wasn't Supreme. Immortal Guard. I read that, Sean. I read that the Immortal Guard is getting there together for the time when that time comes. Thank you. Thank you, Dark Lord, too. Immortal Guard. And they're arming themselves and they're getting themselves ready. And that's going to be very important. But they're going to need a lot more than just that. The regime is pretty much collapsed. Other than the puppet figure, president, and the foreign minister, who's left? The mouse the second mouse, Mouse Jr., we don't know what's up with the mouse. The second mouse. The clerics are starting to be taken out. If it were me, I'm just saying, if it were me, the parliament individuals are also on the list. Those parliament individuals is also part of the cleanup process too. We'll put them name to the test. And that's true too. But no, they said, like I said, I didn't dig into this enough. But I believe there are no children going to the schools now in Iran. At least in Tehran. I don't know. You guys can look into it further. I don't think they're going to target it. What happened, in my estimation, what happened the girls' school, I think it was old data that they were using that facility, and then there were children there, which was a horrific, horrific tragedy. There's just no other way to put it. You never want to see any civilian loss of life. You try to prevent it as much as you can. But war is war. I'll say this again. During World War II, 30 million civilians lost their lives. Approximately. War is war. And you try to minimize civilian casualties. But when you put them at risk, I mean, it's horrible. It's just horrible. That's the thing. That's the thing. How many of the Immortal Guard are there, Chris? That's a really valid question. And how many of the IRGC would be willing to turn? You got to remember, they are extremists to the regime, to the Islamic Revolution. They are radicalized beyond. So if you're expecting a lot of them to turn, that's could be wishful thinking. Yeah, that was horrible what happened with the children. War is hell, of course. Um, and it's sad. It's tragic. Nobody wants to see that. Who wants to see that? Nobody wants to see that. The same thing could be said on this screen. When they're hitting targets, they try to warn people to evacuate certain areas, but people get caught in the crossfire. Innocent people lose their lives. It's a horrific thing. I believe Tusi did mention that. Don't quote me, but I believe Tusi said that there are no children in those schools. I believe he said that yesterday or the day before. I lose track. So, we just pray. I pray. Matter of fact, I gotta light my candle. I always light a candle for prayers for the people, for peace, protection, for the innocent people. When you join any military force, you know that you're putting your life at risk. It goes with the service. That's one thing. Regardless of what military you belong to, you know that you are part of that with risk to your life. You know that. You know what you're signing up for. But innocent people, no. So you try to do your best. Yes, but remember, Damon, this has been the playbook for decades. Human shields. This has been the playbook, putting people in harm's way in hospitals, mosques, schools, etc. That's part of the playbook. They use them as human shields. That's how that whole thing came up. Human shields. It's been going on for decades. It's not new. It's part of their playbook. And like I said, as far as I can remember, it's always been that way. That's what they do. Or they'll put things in populated areas where it's high risk to civilians. They're doing it to their own people. They're putting their own people at risk by putting them in these locations. So, there's many ways. The Immortals used to be a hidden goal to cut off the Spartans at the hot. Wow, that goes way back in time. I'm reading what you wrote. In doing so, the Spartans go to war against Persian hordes, saving the West. I remember, it either happens or boots on the ground. Shit happens. I honestly think, now I'm a little concerned, because if they take, let's just say they take Karg Island, which doesn't make sense to me, because then it becomes an open target to just hit that island with U.S. forces there without protection. I'm not so sure about that as a move, to be honest. I don't think I want boots on the ground there. But we may have to, I'm just saying, do things along the Strait of Hormuz, like Bandar Abbas, all in that area, to clean up that zone to prevent attacks going into the Strait of Hormuz. They're going to have to do something. Because you got to stop the missiles and the drones coming in. And you're going to have to hit the targets with the aircraft too. But I think it would be more in that sense, if boots go on the ground, it's going to be to take that area and try to stabilize the Strait of Hormuz. I may be wrong. I'm not really a big fan of what I just said, of putting our people at risk at all. I don't think any of us want that. No, I don't think anybody wants that. I really don't. But, we'll see. I really don't want to, you know what I mean? Because that's when it was tragic and horrific what happened to the 6 air members in Iraq that lost their lives in the Stratotanker. And of course the other 7. I think the number's at 13 right now. But That's a higher risk, boots on the ground for casualties. It's just not. And remember, that's just people who have lost their life. That many have been wounded. So I'm very concerned about that. I think most Americans share that concern. And it doesn't even matter from what political party, because they'll have their different reasons. But I think the vast majority of Americans as a whole do not want to see, really, boots on the ground. But it may become, I hate to say it may become necessary if you want to try to create stability for the Strait of Hormuz. Because that is the big piece right now. Iran is getting decimated. The president is right. Rubio's right. They are getting decimated. Give this a couple more weeks, they're not going to have much left. And you're going to see the target structure change. Like I said, they're going to go after these individuals that are terrorizing the people of Iran in the streets to give them the opportunity to rise and to fight. We're not there yet. But that Strait of Hormuz is priority numero uno, like somebody said in chat. It is. Eugene, you're right. In a sense, it is the greatest hostage rescue of, you're right. All those people being held hostage by that regime. That's a great point, actually. That's a great way to look at it. And again, you're going to have the supporters of the regime. They're still probably in the millions. We've done the math. If they're saying 90 million Iranians, if 5%, that's 4 million Iranians that support the regime at 5%. Now, the population also includes children, etc. So maybe you bring it down to 1.5 or 2 million people that support the regime. There's still a lot of people that support that regime. But they're outnumbered vastly by the people who don't. There were people celebrating. I was watching, I don't know if it was Tusi or Steve. There were people celebrating, yelling. I think it was Tusi. Celebrating. And it was Tusi, now that I think about it, because he was saying they were going, yeah. It was Tusi. And they're all, when they found out that Larijani was taken out, they were all celebrating. I'm sure Sean was celebrating. This is historic. This is, and that's why I don't think people look at the big picture, Eugene, on this. This is historic in nature. If this comes to fruition, this is historic. And it's going to take a rebuild, obviously, infrastructure rebuild. There's going to be the ramifications of the what's, got to be rebuilt. But I think the costs, the peace and stability of the region outweigh the cost of the short term for the long term consequences of peace and stability in the region. For everyone. For everyone. All the Arab states, the Arab League, Israel, Iran, that region changes. Proxies go bye-bye. Peace with Israel, Iran, that whole region changes. The geopolitical implications are astounding. The people of Iran, free, but it's going to take years. It's going to take years to stabilize that. Years. But it's heading in the right direction, not where the direction it is now. In my opinion. So, exactly. You think, again, you see Hezbollah on the screen here? Once there's no money, the money dries well. You think these people are going to fight? They want to get paid. They're mercenaries. They want to get paid, just like anything else. Screw this. I'm not risking my life for what? For nothing? What am I risking my life for? Their money's going to dry up. It's gone. they're all going to dry up. The snake is done. Yes, and I hope that, because I'm getting older now, I hope to one day go to Iran, not right away, but to share that freedom there and to visit all the ancient sites. Because, I mean, you're talking one of the greatest ancient civilizations ever. Think about the history there. Just to be able to go there and see that and visit that and experience that. If you're into, if you go, say, to Egypt and go to the pyramids, Giza, all that, that's beautiful. A lot of people do that as a tourist attraction. Do you know how much Iran has to offer for tourism? Alone. Tourism alone. Wouldn't it be incredible to see people from all over the world visit Iran and go there for vacation and to experience it? I would. I'm one of those people. You have to eat what? Dizzy. What is that? I gotta look that up now. Sean, don't start with the food. Let's see what that is. So I hope to one day, before, I'm not able to. Dizzy recipe. What is this? Sean, what is this now? Gusht? Delicious, easy rate Iran cuisine. What is this? This is what he put in chat just now. I may have to get this. I'm going to fill that out after. What is this? Traditional Persian stew. Very popular in Iran, easy to prepare for cooking. I have a slow cooker right up there. What is that? Oh, I love chickpeas. Brown the meat. What kind of meat? Lamb or beef? Oh, I'm going with lamb. I love lamb. Dried lemons. Oh, this is an easy recipe. Oh my God, this sounds so good. Oh, I'm definitely making this. I need to bookmark that. I am definitely making that. Oh, that looks delicious. All right, I gotta bookmark this. I want to make that. My mouth, I didn't eat breakfast yet. That just made my mouth water. That's an easy recipe. Let me ask you a question. That stew, who put that in there? Lamb is gorgeous. Dude, Snoopy, don't get started with food. Who said that? Sean? Who put that in there? I would make that with a bed of white rice or brown rice. That looks good. I might make that. I might order this. I might make that today. I got to do a show at 2 o'clock. I'm back to work like now. I got a rice. What do I need? I have chickpeas. I don't have white beans. See, I would get... I'm getting hungry. Brown the sliced onions. Oh my God. Dude, you made me freak out now. I don't know if I have any more lamb in the freezer. But I'm going to get ground lamb. Because I like the organic ground fed, the organic lamb. Wow, it's expensive. But I'm going to get it. I'm ordering this so it could come in later. I'm gonna make this tonight and surprise you guys later. Dried lemon. I've never. Give me a second. I have onions. I have rice. What the heck is dried lemon? They don't have it. What is dried lemon? Dry granulated lime pea. They don't have it in store. All right, wait a minute, Sean. The meat stew comes with cooking the meat in its broth. Time out. I got confused now because brown the meat and onions. Okay. Add lemon juice. Oh, there you go. I have lemon juice. I need white beans. I'm making this tonight. They're going to eat it or not? Small white beans. Okay, I'll add 2 cans of this. Okay, I'll be back to the Iran thing. I want to make this. I have garlic. I have cinnamon. Do I have turmeric? I think I do, but I better turmeric. I'm pretty sure I have it. I'll get it anyway. Okay. Tomato paste. Potatoes. What? What potatoes? Where does it say that? Oh, here's the ingredients here. I have pepper. I have potatoes. I need tomato paste. I have tomatoes. I have cinnamon. I have that. So I need tomato paste. All right. I'll get 2. The thing is, I think I have to have a minimum order of 35 to get free delivery. Maybe not. Today, 2 to 4 p.m.
It's partly sunny and 28 degrees right now. Today's high will be 38.
Alexa, stop. I need 3. I better get chickpeas just in case. I need that
The
too.
Knicks play the Grizzlies tonight, while the Rangers face the Devils at 7
Alexa,
p.m.
stop. All right, we're ordering it right now. I'm making this tonight. I'm gonna make it, and then tonight if I come back, you'll see it done. It sounds delicious. Let me check if I have green pepper. I'm pretty sure I do. Papita! Ma, tonight? Oh, I got it. We're gonna have an Iranian dish. You're gonna eat a dish that comes from Iran. So get ready. That's what we're gonna eat tonight. I got green peppers. I got everything I need. Yee! This is gonna be fun to make. I'm actually gonna enjoy this. Continue. Confirm. Place order. Done. We're going to have, what is it called now? What do you mean, what dressings? What dressings? All of it is prepared in one huge pot. I got that. I got plenty of that. Can you do me a favor, Sean? Can you send me an email giving me points? Like the steps? Send it there. Give me any points for this there. Yeah, JC, but you know what? This is his last 2.5 years or so. Let him complete the mission. Let him do what he's got to do. You know what I mean? It is definitely taxing. For any individual, it would be taxing. There's no doubt about that. And that's just, with everything else going on domestically, foreign, it's a lot for a person to handle. I don't care who it is. People have to understand that too. You know, it's not easy for anyone. You put yourself in that person's shoes and you think about how difficult it is to navigate through everything. Oh my God. Look at Pahlavi celebrating the fire thing. Just to put that out there. I'm just checking if there's new information out. Fire rages at world's largest natural gas field in South Pars, Iran. So this is that fire and that gas. They're gonna retaliate. This is big. This is the largest gas facility, and they hit it. Good morning, Tammy. And they hit it. I can't wait to make that dish tonight. So they hit this facility. Fire rages at the world's largest natural gas field, South Pars, Iran, struck by Israeli-American forces. Multiple phases of processing capacity critically hit and taken offline. Oh, they're not going to be happy about this one. That also is responsible for a lot of electricity in Iran. We should look this up. Gas field, South Pars, Iran. Let's do a little background on it. It's probably going to come out with the news. Oh, shit. Wow. Look at that. World's largest gas field. Bushehr. They're going to hit that now. They're going to hit that whole Gulf Coast area. Wow, that's pretty big deal. Wow. That is a big deal. So that is definitely confirmed. Wow. Again, there's a lot of stuff going on here. It says here the Iran has executed Korosh Kevani, a man accused of spying for Israel. He's Swedish citizen. They executed him. He was found guilty of providing Israel's Mossad with photos and sensitive information about the locations in Iran. Wow. Also, do you know that the Iranian people, citizens, are the ones that tipped off and giving off locations for people to the Mossad? And that's where they know where they are to hit the targets? They're saying oil prices, this is the other side. Oil prices and European natural gas jumped after Iran reported damage to its energy infrastructure along the Persian Gulf coast. The reported strikes are described as the most significant against Iran's strategically vital energy sector since the start of the conflict. Iran's state media said several facilities were targeted, including the South Pars gas field, one we just showed, a major supply source for regional partners, along with a refinery and an unspecified petrochemical site near Asaluye. Do you think they will go after Iran president? I don't know. I don't know if they'll go after him or the foreign minister. I don't know. You got to have somebody to talk to, right? I would go after parliament members because those are the radical clerics. I would go after the parliament members. That's who I would want to go after, to be honest. Because they're the real radical nut jobs. Really. If you want to eliminate this whole thing, you got to get, because some of them are potentially the future leaders. These clerics, these radical clerics, I would go after the parliament. That's just me, though. I think that's more of an important target than the foreign minister or the current president. Because that's where it comes from, that radicalization within the clerics. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion, though. That's what I would do. Did I bookmark that recipe? I better have bookmarked that recipe. Sean, if you're still in chat, make sure you send me an email with like tips to do that. Why are they moving the camera? Remember, this is Beirut. Everything's happening South Lebanon. You're not going to see it. I mean, we're looking at the Med. So you're looking what? West? Everything's happening to the left of the screen, the other way, to the south. And Beirut is up to the north, so it's not like we're going to see much. All right, that camera's acting up. What about northern Israel? Because they've been getting that rocket fire drone attacks in northern Israel. What time is it now? So 7 hours. It's 5:11 p.m. in Israel, Lebanon, and 6:41 in Iran. Another night approaching. I'll tell you, it's good to see all of you. It's good to be back with all of you again. It was a long week. I'll say that. It was a long week. And I know I put the title Good Morning, Good Wednesday Morning because it's my first time back after a week of being punished. Oh, boy. For what reason, I do not know. But main thing, I got to be mindful and cautious. And not feeling too well. Anyway, so that's the latest. Let me know if Tusi's going on live so I could have my breakfast with Tusi or lunch with Tusi. He should be going live soon. I don't know if the oil prices will go even more high because they are taking it out, or unless they lower, but who knows what they will do. We have to see. Remember, they all freak out. The market freaks out about what's going on in the Persian Gulf. We have to stabilize and secure the Strait of Hormuz. That is priority number one. To calm the markets down as soon as possible. Iran is going to fall. It's up to the people to take it. But regardless of that, that strait is putting a lot of economic pressure on a global scale, even for us. So that is a priority. Secure the Strait of Hormuz. Get that traffic flowing again. That is, to me, number one priority. Let Israel go, because remember, they got air supremacy. They can go over Iran, and we talked about this, to establish that, and they got it pretty quick. So they can hit targets at will now over Iran, pretty much. You have to secure the strait, because that's the only thing that's threatening the entire region. Because now that we hit their gas field, the largest in the world, you know they're going to target now the infrastructure of the other countries, oil facilities, distribution, etc. What about no one wanting to help with the strait? Do you think they want to get involved and put their ships at risk? I mean, they're the ones that depend on this oil. But they could simply say, well, this is not our war. We didn't start this. And now you want us to get involved and put our ships at risk to protect other ships? Whatever their reasoning is. But like the president said, we'll take care of it ourselves. And he won't forget it. Trust me, he won't forget it. That's for sure. He will not forget it. So we'll see. But I didn't think they were going to do it anyway. The French, the UK, because those are like the two main players that you would want their presence. Forget about China. China's tankers are going through anyway. India's tankers are going through anyway. Russia? Russia's not going to worry about that. It was Germany already said no. So, we're going to have to clean it up. But then, moving down the line, I mean, the Arab countries, they know who is there to help protect. When all is said and done, you should have helped when you could have, because now we hold the cards in the strait ourselves and the oil distribution, especially if we're part of the whole. And a lot of people are going to say, oh, we did it for the oil. You know that. So, well, now it really might be because of the oil. You had a chance to participate and be part of it. And now you're not? Well, you might pay at the end for that. Literally, you might have to pay for that. So who knows? And what's up? What is that? LDS 3? We just got to see how this plays out. Like I said, the main priority right now is securing the Strait of Hormuz. Let Israel take out the targets with other targets. And yes, we have to take care of the targets as well. But we need to take care of that strait and secure that strait and put an end to it. That's right. Just don't forget who your friends are, USA. That's true. That's true. Any word on Tusi going live? He's due. I'm gonna check something. That was yesterday. This is the Greek. I don't like to go into speculation. This is from the Greek City Times. It's heading to Crete for refueling, repairs, and investigation after a major fire aboard the ship. It started in the main laundry spaces. It's non-combat related. 2 sailors suffered non-life-threatening injuries or in stable condition. 1 was medevaced for further care. It spread via ventilation system to multiple berthing areas, destroying beds and personal effects for over 600 sailors. Many have been sleeping on the floors, tables, or makeshift arrangements. It took over 30 hours to contain. Wow. I mean, they have to replace this carrier. It's at sea for 11 months. They got to go back. Possibility, including the possibility that it was deliberately set by crew members frustrated with the extended deployment. That's speculation, and that's bullshit. I don't believe that one bit. Similar to early reports of sailors intentionally clogging toilets to force a port call. Non-combat related. So yeah, that they're going back. They say it's going to take maybe a week or so to do the repairs. Other people are speculating, could they just be rearming it, resupply, giving sailors a break for a week? Because they've been deployed for 9 months. Oh, no, 11 months or 9 months, whatever it is. So that's another issue going on. That could delay everything. Is that intentional? Speculation. Anything's possible. I don't think it was sabotage. That's the press being the press. Israel now following Iranian strikes. So it looks like this is coming from the other side. They just put this out there. Israel now following Iranian strikes. So I don't know. Take it for what it's worth. That's their big video to show. Other than what's really going on in Iran. That's the best they can do. Just saying. They got to put something out there. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Marcus. It's a distraction. It's getting resupply. I was thinking the same thing. You know that? You cannot rule it out, though. You cannot rule it out. Without having any evidence contrary that it wasn't, there's always going to be speculation that it could have been. And even if it was, they're not going to put it out there. You know what I mean? Yeah, I saw that about the smoke inhalation. So, again, you take everything with a grain of salt, whatever, but they're not going to publicly put that out there anyway. If it was sabotage, you think they're going to announce it? It was sabotage. They're not going to make that public. Okay, it got quiet now on here. Nighttime is approaching. Let me see. The thing is with the cameras, especially from Israel, because the government doesn't want people to, the media. Now, Intel cams, they've got their own cameras placed, whatever locations. But like Steve says, the government does not want to show any imagery, footage, when there's incoming alerts, activity for security reasons, and it makes total sense, and I respect it. This is Beirut, though, and they don't have those guidelines. So sometimes you'll see things going on without them stepping in on the cameras. What's your thoughts on taking Cuba? Cuba's in chaos right now. No power, no energy. I mean, again, that's up for the people to make that decision. It's long overdue, to me, that regime falls in Cuba too. The Castro brothers. Those people want their freedom too. They don't want to be living the way they've been living. Think about before Fidel, what Cuba was like. Think about it. And it could be that way again. It's almost, have you ever seen the Godfather 2 movie? When they're going over there, they're looking to get hotels and casinos in Havana, and they're about to strike the deals. I mean, that's a big booming economy for tourism, etc. And then boom. There would be a lot of investment in Cuba, which provides jobs for the Cuban people. And they need to modernize their infrastructure, everything. So I don't know. As far as military, I don't know about that. I think it'll fall, and the people will have to make that decision. Welcome back. Happy birthday, Mike. My birthday's in a week and a half. Wait a minute, what's today's date? 18th? Yeah, a week and a half. April Fool's Day. Go figure, right? April Fool's Day is my birthday. Oh, boy. Let's see. Oh, they put another one out. Oh, so they're announcing it now. Oh, look at how they put it. The martyr. They're releasing it now on Iranian media. He's gone. That's that intelligence officer for the regime. They're putting it out now, officially. He's gone. He's been eliminated. So now they're putting it out. So, no, I'm live right now, man. I'll talk to you later. 3, including 2 children, lightly injured by latest Iranian missile attack on central Israel. This just was released. It's a live update. The cluster munitions again. They're treating a 44-year-old man and 2 children aged 13 and 12 who were hurt by a blast. Several cluster munition impact sites were reported in central Israel, one which caused damage to a home. So, there you go. That just happened recent. Yes, another rat taken out. Like I said, a lot of them have been taken out. I agree, Kevin. It's time to clean up. You have to think right now. Communism is taking, socialism is taking a hit big time. Radicalism extremism is taking a hit right now throughout the globe. Whether it's the Middle East, South America, closer to home, it's all happening. So we have to be, I mean, again, wars aren't settled in weeks, especially when you're dealing with a country as large as Iran. But God willing, all things go the way I hope they do. Like somebody mentioned in chat, this, I think it was Eugene, this changes everything moving forward. Especially in the Middle East, it changes everything in a really, really positive way. Now, Cuba's going to be addressed. It's just a matter of time. There's no doubt about that. And Rubio will make sure of that. Rubio will make sure of that. He's directly connected to that with his family and other people that were affected by, especially the people in Miami, in Florida. So that's coming too. So let me see. What's up, Matt? If we were to look, they had a chart. We got to get this one. There's one that has to get taken out. I'm going to find this. Let me look for a head. This one has to go. This guy. He's on my list. And I'm sure he's on their list. Where is he? This one. He's on top of my list right now. Him. The head of the police. This is the guy that's got to go. Responsible for a lot that's going on in the streets of Iran. This fucker right here. He's on top of my list. If I have a list, he's on top of it. Got to take this guy out. And I'm sure they're looking for him. He is the one. Thank you, Sean. Yeah, he has to go, Sean. Only a face a mama could love. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he's got to go. He would be on the top of my list. I'm looking for him. Not so much the president of Iran, not much the foreign minister. You got to go after these people, the ones that were directly involved in the slaughter of thousands of people and the oppression to this day. To this day. He's got to go. Let me see if there's a... This is an older article. This guy. This is an old article from 3 years ago. Over 3 years ago. But it gives you background. This guy. And look how close he is to the mouse, deceased mouse. Him. Oh, no. I don't know. This is the guy. He's got to go. This is an old article from 2 years ago, but it shows you his ties. He's got to go. He's, like I said, early warning already. Oh, thank you, Sean, for emailing me. He is the one. Oh, he mocked the... This is from today. This is from today. He mocked the president. This is 13 hours ago. Iran International. Iran's police chief mocks President Trump. Look, the guy I was just talking about. In a speech to Islamic Republic supporters, mocked U.S. President Donald Trump for his past statements about the regime's alleged use of AI to alter videos of state-organized rallies in running streets. I'm not even going to play him. But see, he's out there still doing his thing. He's got to go. Number one on my list. Him. I want him taken out. So, believe me, he's on their radar. What's up, Helmet? Yeah, I know. I had to be a little cautious what I'm saying. Like condoning certain things. You know what I'm saying? But it makes sense that he would be on the priority list as a potential. It's better if I just do it this way. They're not going to put it like that. Let me put this past day. This is from the New York Post. They're already talking about who's going to replace. Here we go. This is a good article from the New York Post. This is from today, I believe. Yeah, it's from today. Look. Okay. Gone. Taken out 2 nights ago. There's the new mouse, the son of the mouse, the new mouse. MIA, don't know. But it says here that his brother, Ali, his brother up here, where is it? His brother is among the favorites to replace his brother and lead Iran while the mouse remains hidden from the public eye. He might be a candidate because the IRGC would want a hardliner. They need someone who will go with them, who will move with them, who will collaborate with them. So his brother, this is another one. Iran, see what I said about the parliament speakers? Remember when I said that? You got to go after them. Excuse me a second. Somebody's trying to come into the room while I'm trying to tell you guys this.
Because I want to kiss my son.
Not now. I'll be there in a minute. I'll be there in a minute, man. I'm doing something important.
I love you.
Love you. Laranjani's main rival could also take the reins, given his strong ties with the IRGC. So, another one. Now, here's the chart. Now, I would have to take this. You could see how they have them. And president is there. Multiple Iranian leaders that have been killed as a result of strikes in Israel. Could also be seen to take over power. Moderates like Hussein Rouhani would likely be kept out despite having broad support. So you see, there's still people that are there that they're probably going to have to keep an eye on. These are considered more moderates, but so there's still people out there. Now, would they target them too? Southern Israel, maybe a launch from Yemen. When is Tusi live? Is he live coming now? When is Tusi going live? I got to do a show at 2 o'clock to 4, so I'll be busy. Plus, I want to make this Iranian dish later on this afternoon. I don't see any upcoming streams yet for Tusi. Not yet. But he should be coming on shortly, I would think. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see no Tusi either yet. So they got images. Israel News put this out. 3 injured. What just happened? Hit a home. What is that? That looks like a plane. What is that? It is. Thought so. So you're saying there's new early warnings? I have mine off because it drives me nuts. Exactly, Kev. There's no such thing as a moderate. I was thinking the same thing when I'm reading that. Really? Moderate? Really? What? They're all extremists. They're all radicalized. So that's why I'm saying potentially there's still people out there that they need to pay attention to. They say he's a hard... It's not the mouse's brother. It's Ali Larijani, his brother, the one that was part of the Security Council. They say he really was the one running the country, while the other mouse is MIA. They got him, Ali Larijani. They took him out. They're saying his brother may take the reins now and controlling because of the ties to the IRGC. So they're starting to have chain of command issues. But there's still a few that can fill that void. You know how you hear some people say, well, one's gone, they'll fill it with another person. Well, it's also about experience and people that you want in there. I mean, yeah, you could always fill it in with a 25-year-old. But they're looking for people that are, higher level. They're running out of higher levels. That's the problem. Yeah, you could fill them in with anybody. Anybody can be replaced with anyone. But how much of experience do they have? To command and control. Really? You're going to put your hands in somebody who's inexperienced to control what's going on? People are going to say, F that. I'm out of here. Are you crazy? I'm not following that person. That person doesn't know what the hell they're doing. So, of course, that's the simple answer people would say. Oh, they'll just find somebody else to fill in. Yeah, they can. What about the qualifications of that person? Then the experience of that person, the background of that person. Good luck. And all it is to keep the motivation and keep the regime alive, especially in tandem with the IRGC, to keep them motivated and keep them involved and to support somebody that they want to see in power. Because that's really the issue, is the IRGC. You've got to take the IRGC out. You have to hit them hard. So this is not over by any means. Despite what you might see in the media and all that, there's still quite stuff to do here. Strait of Hormuz, take out the top echelon, take out the IRGC, finish off whatever launchers they have, missiles capability, drones launchers capabilities. There's still things to be done here. But they've lost a lot already. In just 2.5 weeks, they've lost a lot. You don't give up now when you got them reeling. You just don't. You can't. They're hurting big time. You may not hear it, you may not see it from them, but they are feeling it right now. And that's why, the public sentiment, you see the gas is up 70 cents or 50 cents or whatever. People are like, what the F? Well, there's short-term consequences and there's long-term consequences. What are the long-term consequences that could be here? We have to see how this plays out. I've always said that. We got to see how this plays out. But right now, they're hurting big time. Iran is hurting big time. And they're still doing what they're doing. But remember, when this all started, did some of us not expect to see hundreds of missiles potentially heading toward Israel? Hundreds? That was the fear? Hundreds of missiles being fired at Israel at a time? But no one else knows where that mouse is, to be honest. But rumors say he might be dead, but who knows? We don't know. We don't know. I'm sure they're looking for the mouse. I'm sure they are. And I think it was Tusi. I don't know if it was Tusi or Steve. I think it might have been Steve on this one, because I was watching. People on the ground, Iranian citizens, are tipping off Israeli intelligence to the locations of where these people are and targeting them. It's based on tips coming from the Iranian people on the ground, providing intel. So there are people in Iran watching and saying, this is where they are right now. You might want to get them. But then it's not as easy as said as done as that, because you have to confirm that. You just can't take the word of somebody and then just start launching, because you got to first prove credibility on that. When you disrupt IRGC's will to fight, the war is over. Agreed, Mike. And that's the point. So it had to be Steve. It was probably Steve. I get them confused because I watched both of them. But it's coming from the ground. It's coming from the people in Iran. This is Beirut. I'm not saying this is cameras. Iran, this is Lebanon. But the intelligence, and maybe to a Mossad agent, or maybe they're working for the Mossad. And like I said, take a look at videos. Go on X or wherever you look how they're targeting the Basij. This is definitely something Tusi said. He actually showed, I think, a video or two of it. How they're targeting them at checkpoints and different locations and hitting them with precision on the streets in Iran. That's impressive. And they're going after their motorcycle factories and storages and where it is That's what they got to do. So that when the time comes and the immortal guard and whoever rises against and takes back the country, you give them that opportunity, because they can't go out right now. There's still a presence out there. They'll be slaughtered all over again. It's getting there. It's getting closer. But we have to remove that element for them to get back to the streets and take their country. We're not there yet, because the presence is still existing on the streets of Iran in different areas all throughout the country. You have to remove that to give them a fighting chance. It's the only way. But they're doing it. They're targeting them. So some from the regime left Iran, go to Canada. I saw that on Tusi. He mentioned that helmet. I saw that. When they landed in Australia and everybody's like calling them terrorists. I saw that on Tusi. That was Tusi. And like Tusi said, could you imagine next year's New Year, Persian New Year, because it's not going to happen this year, how things could look so differently a year from now, March 20th, the Persian New Year of 2027. It could be a whole different Iran. And I know the people of Iran are praying for that. I think the people in the region are praying for that, because that means the war would be over. You know what I mean? People of Israel. There'll be a lot of people that won't be happy, especially the regime supporters, the radicals and extremists throughout the world, China and Russia. I think even the Arab states, Arab countries would be happy, because privately, again, it's Sunni Shia thing. They would love to see, some of them would love to see Iran fall. They might not publicly say that, but privately, they would love it. Yeah, we got to clean up the mess. Yes, Marianne McKay. Absolutely. But you first have to finish the job in Iran. Then you clean up Iraq, Lebanon, Yemen, Syria, and you work your way out, because there's a lot of places in Africa. There's a lot of radicalization, extremism in Africa. And then the European countries have to address their issues too. Like the president said. They have to address their issues.
My sword's on the table, okay?
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Because I got...
You have an open soda on the coffin.
Yeah. Who put them out there?
You did. You put that bottle there without the cap. That's your bottle, so take it.
So nobody put...
No. That's your bottle.
Okay.
What's up, Lorenzo? So, it's good to see everybody again. It feels good to be back with all of you after I was banished for a week. Yes, Arabs have shown exceptional discipline, and I'll tell you why. The first thing you would hear them right now, you got to realize they're getting hit. They're getting targeted. Despite all that, they're pretty much quiet on condemnation against the U.S. because their anger is now focused against Iran, which is only going to backfire on Iran because it shows more support for Israel. It's actually backfiring on Iran. It's not what Iran figured. Iran thought that by hitting the other Arab states that they would cave and put pressure on the United States to stop and whatever. It backfired on them, and they're taking it, and they're taking the hits. But they're not saying much in condemnation. That says a lot. That says a lot. I have to be careful with the links because I don't know if that got me in trouble while I was gone. It might have been, but it was none of your fault. It was my fault. Yeah, I didn't show this video, but yes, I showed images of what happened earlier. We could put this on the screen. It's pretty clean. From a cluster munition. I showed images of this. 3 were lightly injured, a man and 2 small children, 12 and 13, is what I read. They're saying it again. 3 people were lightly injured. They're repeating it. Separately, debris from a missile interception damaged 3 private planes. Those were the plane images. At the airport, with 1 aircraft catching fire and others sustaining minor damage. And those are the photos that I shared. I was wondering what plane that was. So this is related to what Lorenzo. And these are the planes that were damaged. All right, Mom. All right, Mom. Mom, we're eating Iranian food tonight.
I don't trust that.
Oh, it's delicious.
No, it's not delicious. It's what my put in there.
No, I'm making it. I'm making it. It's coming between 2 and 4, the ingredients, and I'm going to make it. It's a stew with white rice.
Well,
You're going to eat it, and you're going to like it.
well, you're gonna tell you something.
Well, you'll see when you try it.
I'm not gonna eat
You will. Don't say you won't, because you got to try it first. You don't know if you're going to like it or not. Though you can't judge.
I like it is what they could put in there.
I'm making it. I'm putting what's in there.
And where did the ingredients get from?
The ingredients has lamb, green pepper, onions, seasonings, different types of seasonings, potatoes, and a sauce.
No, you say they have an animal already, and I'm not eating it. The lamb.
So what?
No. No.
She's a vegetarian. She won't eat it.
They killed them to eat them? No.
Yeah, she's a vegetarian. She doesn't eat anything. Goodbye.
Bye.
It's your loss. I'm going to enjoy it.
Not my loss.
I'm going to enjoy it. I don't care if I eat the whole thing.
I don't care. As long as I don't need it and I know that I'm eating them and they
Yeah, that's okay. I'll enjoy it with pleasure.
as long as I don't eat them. And they killed them.
You don't have to eat it. Like I said, I'm going to enjoy it.
I know. But I don't eat that stuff. You know I don't eat
All right, Mom. I'm live. Can you go over there, please? Thank you. See you later.
I don't eat animals.
Oh, my gosh. Tessie's laughing. Oh, man. I don't know what she's doing, because whatever she's doing, she shouldn't be touching that. That's the rolling machine for cigarettes. If she's looking for one, you ask, because you can't do that. You don't know how to use the machine. Don't try. Here. Here. All right, but that's my toy. That is not your toy, so give me that. That doesn't go here. That goes with me. Find your toy on your bed. I saw it next to you earlier.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. Here. Take this and you can go now.
You're not telling me how.
I'm live. Yes, I am.
Not out of my house.
Not, why would I do that? Just out of the room. Oh my God.
Get out.
It's too early for this.
This is my house, man.
Another day.
Another day, another night.
I'm going to see Get the Lead Out in May. I can't wait for that. I got my ticket last night. They're so good. All right, getting back to this. What are they putting out now? What? Channel 12. The disappearance of a drone belonging to Hezbollah from the radars, and attempts were still being made to track it down. Okay, this just came out. Alerts and sirens in Saudi Eastern Province. So they're going to go after their oil. They're going after their oil right now. Because they hit the gas field. The Israelis and the United Americans. Alerts and sirens in Saudi Eastern Province. That just happened. like right now. How about, well, let's try one thing at, oh, he's got a vegetarian dish for you, Ma. You might have to send me that information too, Sean, in an email.
Yeah, I don't need.
You can't think about food right now? I'm going to make it later after Tusi's on, because he's going to stream twice. Yeah, it might be yumming, Lorenzo. And I'm going to make it this afternoon, this stew, and I'm going to eat it right here and show you how it comes out, because I'm a great cook. All I need is a recipe, and it's done. It's going to come out really good. By the way, did you hear that they took out the Iranian president's plane? Wow, no. What's up, Chris? No, I did not. Like I said, I'm just catching up to... I've been paying attention to everything that's been going on. But obviously I couldn't stream for a week. But I'm pretty caught up. And believe it or not, watching Steve and Tusi kept me in the loop. Really, it really did. Just like it's before I even started streaming about this, they were the ones that, well, not so much Steve. It was Tusi that got me started. So, of course, I'm going to go pay attention to what, and I know a lot of people have their complaints or whatever. We all have complaints about everything. You can nitpick anything. You know, there's always something we can complain about. But generally speaking, very informative, the information. Very. And you know, a lot of people say, oh, like this is clickbait or this is that. Well, you know what? A lot of things he says, well, then the other medias catch on. And they're like, remember about the maybe missing a leg, disfigured, coma. And then I'm hearing all the other media outlets talking about it the same way days after. Steve gets credit 100%. I watched him last night. I was watching him. I was gaming too, but of course, Steve deserves credit too. I mean, these guys, you know, they do their part in putting the information out to the public. I can't watch mainstream media. I do watch I-24 to see what's coming out of Israel. I do watch my local news, News 12, to see what's going on around here. Other than that, I stay away from that. Completely. I could put the TV on right now. It's 11, top of the hour. I can only imagine what they're all talking about right now. And I can't play it because I could get hit. I can't afford to get hit for copyright. So we're not taking those chances. That may be part of the reason too. So, what's this? This was a crazy video. Let me check it out first before I share it.
Oh my gosh. For nothing.
Now, is that real? Whoa. He's changing the filters because it's getting dark. Is that legit? That video? I don't know if I want to show that. Of that building. So I will... the link is in chat. You guys could check it out that Lorenzo put in there. But I got to be careful. Because that's kind of what I got hit with. Miss stuff. So I will refrain from putting that up. You know, I'm pretty sure it's authentic, but I got to be careful. Because I can't afford to get hit again. Then I'm in big hot water. I wonder where he's going, though. Maybe it has to do with what you just shared. It's confirmed. Well, it looks like he might be heading toward that area where that. If we see smoke, I don't see smoke on the screen. So I'm waiting. If we see smoke plume, how old is that video? Excuse me, Lorenzo. How old is that, from today? Earlier? Because he looks like he's scouring.
Did I feed the cats? I don't know if I fed them.
I'm just checking these messages now.
Bill, did you feed the cats?
Mom, no, I did not.
I'm gonna do it now.
No, I'll do it because you don't put it in the bowl.
Because I don't want that to get full of water. And then what?
Ma, I'll take care of it. Okay. What's he doing? Is he looking for that video that you put? Because it looks like it's in Beirut. Oh, it's a few hours ago? He keeps panning. It's a little distracting when I got to deal with her in the background. You would have thought you would see smoke even now from a hit like that. And I'm not seeing that. At least it may not be in this area, though. What's up, Angel? Okay, the IDF just put something out. The IDF, they should have just put this out just now. The IDF, the Israeli Air Force eliminated 5 Iranian terror regime operatives in western Iran. The IDF continues to eliminate Iranian terror regime operatives in western Iran. They just repeated that again. They identified 5 Iranian regime operatives operating at a military site in western Iran. Following the identification, the aircraft struck and eliminated the soldiers. The Israeli Air Force continues its effort to locate and eliminate Iranian regime operatives in order to eliminate threats posed to the state of Israel. Okay, so they hit 5 operatives, whoever they are, I don't know. But that's what they just put out. Who they are, I don't know. But the IDF just put that out. This is definitely because it's... Oh, wait a minute. Let me check something. Northern Israel. Not that we see much. It's getting dark, too. This is live video. So this is what happened a little while ago.
Where is the food for the cats?
I'll be right back. You guys can watch this because this won't stop.
I don't care. They by my door and they're hungry and they're going to eat.
Where's Tycho?
Put it inside because it's gonna smell like that. When they're wet.
Can you scrape that pot out so I can wash it?
First I have to take out.
Watch that. Oh, let me put this chicken away because I'm not making it today. I'm gonna put the chicken away because we're eating Iran food. Not you, but I'm eating Iranian food tonight. Some lamb. Yummy. I might have to make a fire. It's a little chilly. I really don't feel like making a fire, but I think I gotta make a fire. Because it's getting a little chilly. So obviously this is live from the home that looks like it was struck by something. Cluster. What? Oh my gosh. I would not be up there. The structure on the bottom, I would not be up there. The structure on the bottom is compromised. Why would you be up there? That's crazy. That ain't smart. That is not smart to be up there. The structure is completely compromised on the bottom. Oh, heck no. I don't care. I would not be up there. I tell you, what people will do. All right, that's pretty much it. All right, let me make a fire quick. It's still cold here. It's not that warm yet. Actually, the fire's still lit. We don't want that. I can't wait to try that tonight. Where's my torch? We need a fire. that starts that. Let's see if any other stuff is coming out. All right. This is like, oh. Well, they're out there cleaning up the debris, KJ. Obviously. Wow, it's only 11:13 in the morning. It's early. We can't get rid of that. Okay, that's good. I have to get off soon. I got to help a friend. This makes no sense. Okay. Anyway, let's see if anything else is going on. I'm going to get off soon because I got to go take care of business, but you see, they even put it up. They put it. It's funny, I was talking about this, and now they put up an image. The eliminated already. Check this out. It's funny, I was talking about this earlier. These are the ones that have been eliminated so far. See that? Those are the ones that have been eliminated so far. And this is yet. And there he is. This is the one I was focused on. But these are the others on that list, including the president and the foreign minister. They're down here. So the president and the foreign minister and the police chief. This is the one that they say could be a replacement for the Supreme. He's a radical parliament member. I'm sorry, I have a distraction in the background.
Distraction is that this goes in a thing, and now I can't even call nobody because it's, I press it on the side, and it doesn't even show.
And the mouse is on the top. I can't.
Really?
I can't do this.
These are my things, you know. Okay, do some.
Your phone is dead.
Oh my.
Go charge it with the charger by the toaster.
Oh, you see?
By the toaster, there's a charger.
I need where this belongs.
Yeah, there's a charger. I know. There's a charger by the toaster.
Oh, this goes in the thing.
I know. I gotta get you a new case. You broke the old case. I gotta order you
I
one.
didn't break nothing.
Okay. Anyway, getting back to this. So these are still the ones on the list.
I'm not a child.
So they're all on the hit list. There you and I was talking about this. That's crazy. I may have to save these images because I brought this up earlier and now they're talking about it. I'm going to save this. And he was on that list. So the other side put out, several facilities in the Pars energy region have been damaged as a result of enemy attacks. No injuries or human casualties have been reported so far. while cooling and firefighting operation continue for the fire resulting from the assault at that gas field. So that's what the other side is reporting right now. And what I'm going to do is take a little break. Keep an eye out for Tusi. It's like I said, I've got a few things I have to do, but the main thing is we're back. And it's great to see all of you in chat. Upcoming Tusi, 12 noon, 40 minutes. Tusi's going live. This is the one that they got last night. We talked about him already. This is up at noon Eastern. Tusi's going live. Street war in Tehran. Mullah leader in Iran killed by IDF. So, yes, yes, yes. This is going to be interesting. In about 40 minutes, Tusi will be live. So that means I need to go make breakfast and take care of stuff before Tusi goes live and have lunch with Tusi. All right, you lovelies. It was great seeing all of you. I'll see you guys later, hopefully. I'm gonna make the Iranian dish. So it'll be sometime this evening. And let's see how it tastes. Thanks to Sean putting that in my mind to make tonight. Anyway, let me get off and take care of business. Have a great day, great evening, wherever you are. And